Greetings YouTube, Fuzzfinger here, bringing you another Planet Coaster video today. And yes, Back to the Future is here in Planet Coaster, along with Knight Rider and the Munsters. Stay tuned. That's right guys, Back to the Future is here. And this is part of a new DLC scheme that Frontier seem to have started at this point. We knew something like this was going to be coming because there's been a DLC option, previously blank, but there has been a DLC option since the summer update. And in order to access the DLC once you've purchased it, you can see this Contents Pack feature. Just select the one you want to see. So either Back to the Future, Knight Rider, and the Munsters, and these are all available, at least in the UK, for £1.99 each. So just to create that little introduction there, I used this backdrop of the clock tower from Back to the Future. I didn't make this. This was by a user on Steam known as Mr. Dinos, so thank you for making this. I hope you don't mind me stealing it for this video. And what we're going to do now is just have a look at some of the things that are available as part of this DLC. And then you guys can let us know in the comments section what you think about it, whether you think it's worth it for the money or not. One thing I would point out is that all of this DLC that we're seeing today is Universal property. So I'm assuming that Frontier have had to pay Universal a licensing fee in order to include this in the game. And whether that is an ongoing deal with Universal, which means this is a taste of what's to come. Obviously, nothing has been announced, so I don't know. But I would assume that it's possible that we're going to be seeing more Universal stuff in the game in the near future. I'm guessing Frontier are just testing the waters at the minute with these three relatively small pieces of DLC, but then they are only a couple of quid each anyway, so, you know, I think you do get a fair whack for your buck, but obviously that's going to be up to each player to decide whether it's worth it or not. So if we go on to the Back to the Future pack to start with, since I'm guessing that's going to be the one that many people are going to gravitate to, although I actually like the Munsters, and I'll explain why in a moment. But you can basically see there's multiple different cars, DeLoreans, that you can build that are already completed. So you've got the standard DeLorean from 1985. You've got the 2015 DeLorean, which is the one you've seen in the little thing I created up there on top of the sign, with the flying hover wheels and what have you, and Mr. Fusion or whatever it is that's in the 2015 version. And then you've also got the 1955 version, which has the 1955 wheels, along with a few other bits and bobs that were adjusted to the DeLorean in that movie. So the other bits you can see that you can choose here are you have individual components, so that you can go ahead and, you know, theme the area for your Back to the Future ride or whatever the case may be as you see fit. You've got the sign, which you've just seen in that introduction, and you've got these other car pieces such as the back end. Maybe you want it protruding out, maybe you want to just build your own modular vehicle using the parts that are available, and these parts are actually larger than on the car itself. I don't know if I can get a bit of a comparison shot there, but you can see that the back end of this is larger than the back end of the pre-built car. So some of the details on this are pretty nice. One of the things I'm going to admit that I am confused about is these clear glass windows. I like them, don't get me wrong, but I've just not seen these in the game before, and I'm hoping that this is going to be the start of a taste of what's to come, that a lot of the windows in this game are going to become see-through, because at the moment that's just not the case, which has always been a little pet peeve of mine. But if we can just try and zoom into the car here, the game's not letting us do that, unfortunately. Let me try and... no, it's just not happening. I don't know, the cameras sometimes in this game can be a little bit unpredictable. But you should be able to make your way in. I was able to do so earlier. But you can see the details of the car, even on the inside. You've got the good old time and date input. I mean, it seems a little bit bigger than it is in the film. In the film, it's quite small, I think, although it does have a lot of zoom-in shots, which makes it appear a little larger than it actually is. You've got the good old flux capacitor at the back there. You can just about see that. And that's pretty much the Back to the Future scenery DLC. So I won't show you all these individual pieces. One thing that I should note is you've got a few special effects as well, including an energy burst. So you can certainly incorporate that into your theming. I guess it's kind of like when the DeLorean's about to jump into time And then you've got the tyre flames special effect, and these can obviously be set to triggers as well. So that's the Back to the Future. Let's have a look at some of the others. If we go to filters here, take Back to the Future off, and then go to Knight Rider. Same sort of thing, but obviously with the Knight Rider theme. So you've got the Knight Rider assets here, including Kit. Where's Kit? There it is. You've got Kit complete. Kit was a talking car for David Hasselhoff back in the 80s TV show. I'm sure many of our younger viewers will not be knowing this stuff, which is why I mention it. And on top of that, you've got the different modes of Kit, including the pursuit mode. And you've also got a car as well. So multiple vehicles you can have a play around with, and include in your theming. And again, you've got the detail even on the inside. And then you've also got some of the other bits and bobs, including some signs, some license plates, and everything else. You've also got some special effects to go with this set, including a pretty good explosion, which in my opinion is going to be useful in many different environments, and different special effects and pyrotechnics that you might set up in your Planet Coaster Park. Yeah, I like that one. And also you've got some bullets. You can't really see that very well on the preview, but some smoke as well. So you can have some fun with that. And then finally, we've got the Munsters, which I think is probably going to see perhaps the most use in Planet Coaster, because it's probably the first genuine horror theming that we've had in the game since release. Obviously, in terms of a horror theme by itself, it's quite limited, but couple it with the fairy tale theme and with the, I don't know, the Cats track ride, and you should be able to create something quite spectacular. So you've got the Munsters coach, and I used to really enjoy the Munsters back when I was a kid on TV. It was a funny series, I used to think. And you've got some good props here. Obviously, same as the other two DLCs, you get the individual props as well if you want to make your own, or do whatever you want with those. And you get a pretty cool sign as well. I'll just try and put this on the side of a wall here so we can see a little bit better. Doesn't seem to want to snap. Oh, align to surface. Pressing the wrong thing. So I do like that sign. The way it captures the logo good, doesn't it? And it's incorporated pretty well into the game, I think. So you're going to have some fun, I would hope, incorporating these themes into your parks. The way the DLC works, if you're downloading somebody else's park, the way I understand this anyway, is if you're downloading somebody else's park but you don't have the DLC, then you can still download their park off the Steam Workshop, and you can still load their park, but whatever they've used from the DLC just won't appear in the game. That's the way I understand it. If I'm mistaken, I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments. But what do you think about this DLC, guys? So, as I said, it's £2 a pack, so that's £6 if you want all three, for the initial set of DLC anyway. Are you guessing that Frontier are going to be keeping along these sort of lines going forward, or do you think we'll be seeing different types of packs and whatnot? Maybe we'll be seeing new rides, I don't know, because people would probably want those included for free. Don't forget that Frontier have been doing a lot of free updates for Planet Coaster since release. We've just had, and I did a video on this a few hours ago, a new flat ride and a new roller coaster ride for free, which everybody can get, even if you don't have this DLC. So kudos to Frontier for still supporting their game. Who can blame them, including some of this content. Are you guys going to purchase it? If so, let us know in the comments, and also what you think of it. Do you not like the idea of this DLC? Is it something that grates on you? Do you not think you get enough value for money? By all means, let us know in the comments as well, and maybe we can have some ideas as to what would be better going forward. But thanks for joining me today. If you've enjoyed watching, don't forget to hit the like button and be subscribed to FuzzfingerGaming for more Planet Coaster in the future. Take care all.